In this video, we'll look at the PCR Trend tab of Finvezto Toolkit. You'll find it under the options section here. It will be the second tab. PCR Trend is mainly used to identify whether a stock is trading in bullish sentiment or in bearish sentiment. Let me show you the example of Nifty. Here you will find two filters. First filter is the list of all F&O stocks, including Nifty and Bank Nifty and all other indices. And then you will find a date range filter as well. You can set last 1 week or last 1 month and so on. And you will find two graphs below. One is PCR and price graph. So price will be the black line here and PCR is the bar here. And there is a separate PCR graph as well. This bar is same as these dotted lines here. I've just plotted the PCR separately below so that we can see between which range PCR is actually trading. For example, you can look at the values of PCR here. PCR means put call ratio and PCR range has been between 1.31 and 0.71 for Nifty over the last 1 month. So you can see here the maximum value has been 1.31. Here also it has been 1.31. Here it was 1.28 and here the bottom values are 0.71 and 0.71. There are two ways in which I use put call ratio. If PCR is coming down from the top, it means that the stock is trading in bearish sentiment. You can see here in this phase, PCR is down and the stock price has also tanked. So sentiment has been negative, that is bearish, and price is also bearish. Clearly, in this particular phase, we shouldn't go long. We should stay on the short side of the market. Similarly, there are phases where PCR moves from the bottom to top, and those phases can be considered bullish. Sometimes what happens, PCR continues to stay on top like what it has been doing in the last couple of weeks and price has been trending. It has been moving above 25,000 as well. So this is an indication that participants are holding on to their long positions. PCR is not falling. So the first use case is to identify the trend of PCR. If PCR is dropping from top to bottom, it means that the stock is trading in bearish sentiment. If PCR is moving from bottom to top, it means that the stock is trading with bullish sentiment. There is another use case. Here you can see that PCR has bottomed out and PCR has actually shot up. These are indications of market bottoms. You can see here price also went down, but then from there price has shot up. These are clear indications that market is bottoming out. For example, here you see PCR has fallen and then it has again reversed and it has moved up. So these are indications of bottoms. Let me just show you more days. Let me just put 120 days. We'll look at PCR trend of Nifty for the last 120 days. So look at this particular place. PCR has fallen. It has reached the bottom and then it has shot up. These are possible bottoms. Similarly, look at this particular place. PCR has dropped significantly and then risen from here. Possible bottom areas. This fluctuation was there mainly due to the elections. Elections results were out and then there was some fluctuation and volatility. But then clear bottom formation. Similarly, let me go further. Maybe I'll go 300 days also. Last 300 trading days. So you can look at this particular place. PCR has dropped, it has risen, and there was a bottom. Similarly, PCR drop and up, bottom. So the second use case is to find bottoms. Whenever PCR drops to the lowest level and bounces back, you can see that market typically forms a bottom. During these times, what you can do is you can set a stop loss below this particular level. When you see this bottom, you set a stop loss below these lows and you can go for a long positional trade, either using futures with hedge or you can use a call option to go long. And this is very useful for positional trades. For example, here you can see the trend has lasted for about 2 weeks. So if you hold a call option or a futures position for about 2 weeks, here is a good risk to reward trade. For a very low risk, you will be able to capture a lot of upside. So I typically use PCR trend to spot the bottoms. Mostly for sentiment, I use max pain trend, and to see if market is bottoming out, I use the PCR trend. That is why I have PCR trend as a separate page and max pain trend as a separate page. Here we already discussed about these. There are videos on max pain trend as well. I use this page to identify sentiment of Nifty, whether is it in bullish phase or in bearish phase. And I use PCR trend mostly to check if market is bottoming out. So that's how I use these two pages.